I'm going in to see a chorus line, which is going to be great. However, I am running late because I did not realise it was a 7 o'clock show and I thought it was 7:30. So I am racing the clock to try and get here in time. I really hope that it works. I'm going to have to run from Circular Quay Station all the way through to the Drama Theatre, which is at the far end of the Opera House. So we'll see if I actually make it tonight. I feel so stupid, but thank goodness I'm usually half an hour early for everything. Since there's no one on my carriage, I will tell you what I know about a chorus line, which is not much. I think the first time that I had any idea of what a chorus line was I was in a choir, and we sang One, singular sensation, in a choral version, which is not at all like what the real version is like. So that's my first interaction with chorus line, and then I was sick one day.
Next stop.
Oh. And then I was sick one day, staying home when I was a kid, and I found Chorus Line as like a VCR in our house somewhere, and I started watching it and I thought, well, it's pretty bad. It's like 1970s, everybody's really upset, and I was too young to understand what it was about. And then honestly, I just haven't thought about it much until during the pandemic. Chorus Line was about to go up at the Darlinghurst Theatre, and it was closed, I think, just before they opened, like the day before their opening night or something ridiculous like that. So the company is a little bit different from the last time they cast, but fairly consistent, and they've been waiting a really long time to get the show up, so I want to be there to support them, and I'm sure the show is wonderful as well, if I get there. Moment of truth, we're about to stop at Circular Quay and it is 6:50, so I have 10 minutes to run to the Opera House. Not looking forward to it, but I'm gonna make it. I think I'm gonna. So it's 6:53 and I have managed to get within sight of the Opera House, so I'm less concerned about being late, but I did sprint from the turnstiles to about halfway. But it's such a beautiful afternoon, it's windy. So many people going to the theatre, which is like the best. Oh, I'm so out of breath. You can see how windy it is because my hair is blowing around. I went to the beach today, so my hair is still wet from my 3 o'clock swim at Bondi Beach. Gosh, it's so windy. Seeing that one tomorrow.
I hope I get it.
Oh my gosh, I made it. I'm so grateful that I'm here at this point because it was a close call, and I think there's no one sitting either side of me, which is lovely. So I just have a space on either side. Really looking forward to the show. I think it's going to be fantastic. Oh, some kid as I came in screamed out, "I hope I get it," which was the freaking best. Bless that child for knowing some lyrics from this show. This show is also quite important because it shows what it's like to be a gigging theatre maker. It's the same for stage managers, directors, designers, dancers, performers. You really are show to show, and that's how you measure your life. So yeah, so it's going to hit home, I think. So I'm just at the interval. It's so good. It's so good. The lighting is incredible. The choreography is incredible. Some of the singing is not great on point, but it frickin' makes up for it in energy. It's so great. I'm so happy. And it's only halfway done. I'm about to go back in after the interval. I just had a quick chat to my mum and my sister on Zoom about how great this show is. My sister's going to see Married to Figaro tomorrow, which is very exciting. I hope she really enjoys it. Oh, there's the bells, gotta go. I kid you not. There are kids out here saying 5, 6, 7, 8 and dancing around. This is magic. If you can see this show, go and see it. If you're in show business, you need to see this show. it broke my heart. I cried at some point, and it reminded me why I want to work in show business. It was really, really good. So I had a chat to the sound designer and the sound mixer because I ran into them on the way out. Apparently this was a preview. I was so out of it and so excited to see theatre that I had no idea I'd gone to the preview before opening. If that's a preview, then I can't wait to see what they're doing for the next couple of weeks. Things probably went wrong. I think there's a drop that didn't quite work correctly, but I don't care. I think what this show is trying to say about why human beings want to put on a pair of tights and spangles and dance around and be told that you're done at 30. Why do we do it? Why do we fall in love with this art form? Why do I do it? That show tells me why I do it in a beautiful, personal manner. I'm so glad I went. I'm gonna cry again, so good. So I took a bit of breath and had to think about the things that I really loved about this show. And I think it was the choreography and the lighting design. The integration of like really conventional fixtures and some things that are a little bit more fun really drove that story. At the end of the day, it was a very skinny footprint that they were playing with some very clever reflection, but the lighting gave depth and emotion and all sorts of amazing things to what was essentially a very small space. And also not a lot of change. There was a lot of park and bark telling of stories, just staying stuck in the one spot and just saying right out to the audience, or the director rather, who's supposed to be out in the audience somewhere, their stories for why they want to be a chorus dancer, or why they want to be a dancer or an actress or whatever it is. So it was both very, very still and incredibly dynamic at the same time. I'm going again. I am buying that ticket because I did realise I had gone to see a preview and I would love to see the full shebang. I would be dead if I could be here on opening night, which is tomorrow. Remember, the reason I came to this show is because somebody was offering tickets to opening night and I was dying to go, and I thought, great, I'll go to opening night. And then the tickets were gone. I was like, oh, I'll just go anyway. I just didn't put the two and two together that Tuesday obviously comes before Wednesday. But I'm so glad. Amelia, who is the assistant stage manager, I'm not sure what you did backstage, but I think you did a cracker job. Everything was smooth, well done. The one big criticism I have of this show comes from the way it is written. So there is a character who is the director of the show, the head choreographer, whatever he is. He's the big creative boss who asks everybody to dance and sing for their lives so that they might get a role. And the obscurity of information for these chorus members, or these auditionees chorus members to be, they're not told exactly what they're auditioning for. They're not told what's expected of them. They're not told how many roles there are, whether they're singing or singing and dancing and acting. And this information is relayed throughout the story, which is a wonderful device. But the director at some point asks for more. The director asks them to tell him who they are really inside. And it's incredibly unethical. And honestly, I'm hating on this director because he puts all these people in an incredibly compromising position, and not very professional. He asks them to basically write his show for him. Who are you? Why do you do what you do? What are you scared of? What's the worst thing that's ever happened to you? Tell me everything, show me your insides, and then I won't give you a job because I knew that there were only 4. Thanks very much for your stories. I will take them and I will turn them into a Broadway show. And look, when the show was written, that was probably thought of as genius, you know. The idea that one person is entitled to everybody's pain and suffering for his story. And then makes these people not only tell him their stories, but perform them in public twice. In public to the auditionees and in public to the audience who are watching. And so even though I'm sure it was groundbreaking and amazing, I just look at it and I think, God, if I had a director like that with my hands, as a stage manager, I'd be going to the producer to say something is wrong. We can't do this to people. We can't use their pain and suffering like that. And the power imbalance between the auditionees and the people who get to decide whether they eat or stay in show business or what their value and their worth is. That was horrifying. Ooh. Oh, this is quite spooky. Yeah. That was truly horrifying. And it made me cry to think that these people like me who love this show business and this magic making, this storytelling, are so abused. Let alone actual abuse that happens to these people. But the system is completely unequal. And yet we die for it. So it's heartbreaking, but very, very good. As all theatre should be. It should make you think about something.